Hey there, Internet. Welcome to the Hard On Gear channel, where I discuss and review my used and abused knives and gear. So if you were walking down the street and you were to stop 10 random people who had knives on them, there's a pretty good chance that each of those people might only have one on them. Most normal people going to the grocery store, going to get gas, probably don't think about needing more than a pocket knife if they even carry that. So why the heck would you go and carry something like 2 or 3 or 4 knives on you? Well, for anyone who's a super big knife enthusiast, maybe it's just to have the opportunity to try them out like myself. But the method behind my madness is normally to have something to give me a little bit of better performance in different things I might be doing. So just very quickly, Paramilitary 2, super slicey folder, SE Izula, number 2, super beefy, thick fixed blade, and the multi-tool Swiss Army knife in this example. And you've heard me talk about this a million times in different videos. Original kind of EDC video I talked about when I started the channel as the perfect EDC I was carrying at the time with the Izula number 2, the Manix 2 from Spyderco, and I got the Leatherman Squirt around here somewhere. But I've kind of evolved from that quite a bit, and you'll notice that I kind of went to a little bit more of a, I guess not say flimsy, but a little more of a dainty folder in the Paramilitary 2 compared to the Manix 2. Izula 2 is still where it needs to be, which is on my hip most of the time. And I've kind of upgraded / downgraded from a small pliered multi-tool to a typical Swiss Army knife, a little bit on the larger size, in the Pioneer X. So what is this video? Why is it different? Well, I'm trying to come up with what I think is the best overall 3-knife combo for just everyday EDC carry, just jeans, t-shirt kind of thing. Nothing too bulky, nothing that you can really get away with if you're doing like large bushcraft tasks. You're probably going to want something a little more serious, like a big bad Mora or a K-bar cold steel fixed blade, whatever you need. I'm a big fan of Scandi grind stuff like the Moras if I'm going to be doing anything out in the woods that requires me like whittling or notching trees or anything like that. So that's a whole different topic. And then the whole, if you could only carry one knife, there's a whole different video talking about that. I'm going to kind of open tag this to anyone who wants to do this as a video or YouTube or Instagram post, whatever you can imagine. Just come up with what you think is the best fixed blade folder, multi-tool combo. If you want to go 3 folders, 3 fixed blades, 3 multi-tools, 3 different Leatherman tools, doesn't really matter to me. I'm just kind of thinking what I typically carry most of the time and what I end up gravitating to if I'm just going out and say like just a pair of shorts or jeans or just going out anything. If I'm leaving the house for any non-specific task, I normally want to make sure I've got something to pry, twist. I've certainly pried and scraped metal with this thing, and it's as good of a pry bar as it is a knife. So extremely handy, and I know anyone who carries their Izula tool on a regular basis is as big of a fan as I am, so no question as to why that's there. But if you've got something a little bit different, like an SE3 or 4 or anything, White River, Bradford, K-bar, Becker line, there's all kinds of EDC fixed blades that are around the same size and blade dimensions as the Izula 2, but this is the one I've got the most experience with. It's got probably as good of a reputation as any knife on the market with one of the best warranties on the market. So yeah, feel free to plug in any fixed blade you think could be in that place. Good luck finding one that's going to beat the size to weight to strength ratio, aside from the slicing capability, which, as again, you've heard me say before, which is why I love pairing the Paramilitary 2 and the Izula 2 up together. A lot of people say that the Paramilitary 2 is the best folding knife out there and the only one you'll ever need. I am surprised I haven't broken the tip off this yet, and it's really only due to the fact that I'm always carrying the Izula 2 or the Topps Spy Elite or some other stout fixed blade, the Toray Anaconda, something with a little bit more heft. So if I ever find myself in a position where I want to use that tip to pry or twist or scrape something, I keep it in my pocket and use something like this. That's like 1095 high carbon, kind of what you want to be doing for that sort of thing anyways. Because if you do take the tip off of an S30V or any kind of nice stainless steel with a good edge retention, you're going to be all day or all week getting that tip back or resharpening it, or you're gonna have to send it away for warranty work or whatever. Is the Paramilitary 2 my favorite knife or the best knife or the best hard use EDC knife out there? Absolutely freaking not. It's just one of the best holding knives out there. It's 2 point whatever ounces, super light, super low profile, fits in the pocket well. You can pretty much wear this anywhere as appendix, scout carry, vertical or horizontal, on your belt, anywhere as backpack, straps, neck knife even, more so even if you take the handle scales off to make it even thinner and low profile. So that they do pair up nicely with that, even on a pair of sweatpants or gym shorts or anything like that. Like, it's not uncommon for me maybe to be roaming around in a pair of sweatpants with the Izula 2 on my hip just in case. Like, I can't even think of the amount of times I used this for just while I was on course here for inspections, for like scraping just dumb things like pieces of toilet paper or paper towel out of the grooves of a sink, or like scraping grout out of a corner or something like that. So knife / pry bar / cleaning utensil, Izula 2. Now the third one on the table, as you see, I've kind of swapped out from last year's favorite little pocket carried Leatherman Squirt PS4, only because I found myself, one of the main reasons I carried this was because I always thought it'd be great to have a pair of pliers on me, because there was times where you'd think, boy, I'd want to use my knife for this, and I don't want to break it if only I had a Leatherman or something on me. But the Squirt is the size of a pair of nail clippers, so I thought, always have it on me, always use it. I think I've used the pliers twice. So I stopped carrying it just to get a little more bang for my buck with the Victorinox Pioneer X. I found myself giving this to other people to use more than I've used it myself, just when somebody asked to borrow a knife and I don't want to give them like my paramilitary 2 or something that I figure they'll probably scrape, metal on metal or something, just if they don't ever sharpen knives, they don't realize what they're doing. Better off to give them something like this. Super, I don't want to say cheap, but a little more losable and a little more affordable to get it ruined or damaged. And if they ruin the knife on this, I never use it anyways. Just there for a backup. But this does have some of the other tools that I find myself using every now and then. Screwdrivers, bottle openers, and I guess really more than anything, I've used the scissors on this. Pretty much you're gonna get scissors or a saw on most Victorinox Swiss Army knives. I opted for the scissors. There we have it. That's my 3 kind of, I guess, what are we calling this? The best 3-knife combo EDC, overall EDC, something along those lines. So the hashtag will be down there in the title somewheres as well. I'm sure there'll be an Instagram post corresponding to this. So feel free to tag your friends and do all that social media stuff that I don't feel like doing. And yeah, spread the good news. And there's also, again, those different videos on the one knife, and there's different like top folding knife videos. I know people have been really butthurt lately that I haven't been carrying the Super Freak from Benchmade as much lately. And this, to touch on kind of the topic of why this whole video is a thing, this is an awesome folding knife and way more of a folding knife that I find myself carrying. And if I'm only ever going to carry one knife on me, I'd so much rather carry the Super Freak or the Manix 2 or the any cold steel knife for that matter, the 8015, anything big, beefy, and pretty much as solid as a fixed blade once it's out and locked out. Definitely, without a doubt, better folding knives than the PM2. As long as I've got something beefier, though, I don't really need my folding knife to be a tank, so why not have something that's actually supposed to slice like a knife? If there's one thing the Izula 2 does not do well, it is freaking slice. So I've got all my bases covered there. But yeah, again, feel free to tag along and join that, I don't know if we're going to call it a challenge or just post whatever. Tuesday hog poll tomorrow is going to be something along the lines of 3-knife combo. So if you want to drop down in the comments there what your 3-knife perfect EDC combo would be, feel free to do so. So until next time, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching this one. This is Hard On Gear channel, signing off.